There we go. So hello, my name is Esmeralda Buck. I am the Roundtable Commissioner for Wapelonaswa, and my counterpart, Angie, cannot be with us today. She had a family commitment, but I do have Melissa with me today to help me monitor the chat. And welcome to December's Roundtable. So let us begin. We're going to start with the pledge, oath, and law.
Those in uniform, please salute. Those who are not, put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
All right. Next up is our prayer, and I'd like to introduce to you Eric Lindstrom, who will be sharing a prayer with us.
Hi, I'm Eric Lindstrom. I'm a part of the diversity team who's been bringing the prayers the last few months. And this month we have a prayer that comes from the Buddhist faith. May all beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. May they never be disassociated from the supreme happiness, which is without suffering. May they remain in the boundless equanimity, free from both attachment to close ones and rejection of others.
Thank you, Eric, for sharing that with us. As I said before, Angie's not here, but she's always here. So she is right here giving you our Info Minute.
Welcome to the December Info Minute, all the news that you can use for Rainbow Council. Recharter was due December 1st. If you haven't turned your recharter in yet, you are late. Oh no! Please contact your commissioner team as soon as possible for help to avoid being dropped. Programming news. Pack up your sled and lead your patrol from town to town in a test of your scouting skills. Klondike for Scouts BSA and Venturing Crews is January 14th, 2022 through January 16th, and you can register now online. Just because it's cold outside doesn't mean we need to stay inside. After all, the weather isn't as frightful as you may think. Cub Scouts join us for the Arctic Blast at RSR on Saturday, January 15th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Registration is online. We're also looking for Scouts BSA and adult volunteers to help run stations for the Cubs at the event. So if you're not going to Klondike Scouts, the older Scouts, you can come help the Cubs at the Arctic Blast. Please contact us if you are able to help. Leave No Trace 101 for BSA is being offered at RSR on January 29th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This introduction to Leave No Trace is for all Scouts BSA, Venturers, and adult volunteers, including Cub Scout adult volunteers who use the outdoors. So that's pretty much everybody. It is the minimum recommended training for all adults and older Scouts who will be teaching Leave No Trace in their troops and or signing off on the second class, first class, or merit badge Leave No Trace requirements. This course is entered into your official record, and be like Bigfoot, leave no trace. NYLT will be held at Rainbow Council July 31st to August 8th. This is for Scouts BSA. Youth staff applications are due December 15th. Don't miss the deadline if you'd like to serve on staff. Scout Sunday, oh, I've got bunny ears. Scout Sunday is coming up February 6th. Make sure you put it on your calendars now. There are still recruiting flyers available. So if you would like a recruiting flyer made for your troop or pack or crew, you can fill out the form that is on our Facebook page or call the office and get them made for your unit. Volunteers. Volunteers are always needed. Your council needs your help. A scouting council is almost entirely run by dedicated volunteers like yourself, like me, like Ez. We are all volunteers. All committees here at Rainbow are in need of volunteers, especially the program and training committees and the commissioner team. Please consider becoming involved with at least one committee at the district or council level. If you're not sure how to start, please reach out to us. We'll help you, and we'll help you find the best personal fit. It takes all of us working together with a common goal to make a great program for all the kids. And if you get involved on a committee, it doesn't mean you have to do anything huge. It can just mean you're welcome, you're available to help things when they need a little help. But it's not going to.
Oops, sorry.
Welcome to the December Info Minute, all the news that you can use for Rainbow.
Oops, I did something. Hold on. Go back. My apologies, everyone.
Get involved on a committee. It doesn't mean you have to
There
do
we go.
anything huge. It can just mean you're welcome, you're available to help things when they need a little help. But it's not going to work without all of us helping together. So consider that. And then, do you have anything to add? Are you on a committee and you want to make sure that your information is shared at Roundtable? Does your unit have an event open to the public coming up soon? Let us know and we'll put it on the Info Minute.
My apologies. I dropped something and it hit something on my keyboard. All right, our scout law for this month is the scout is friendly. From the Scout Handbook, a scout is friendly. A scout is a friend to all. They are a brother or sister to other scouts. They offer their friendship to people of all races and nations and respect them, even if their beliefs and customs are different from their own. Friendship is a strong relationship between two people. Sometimes it grows over years, while other times it springs up in a short time. In one's life, people have few close friends, though they may have many acquaintances and been friendly to many more people. Friends are people you cherish and care for and enjoy being around. You know them and they know you. A scout should be friendly to everyone they meet, giving them the benefit of the doubt and believing them to be worthy of friendship first until their character becomes known. If a scout prejudges someone on their skin color, language, clothes, looks, family name, or other superficial aspects, then they are not following the scout law. Offering their friendship to be taken, rejected, or lost to all people is expected of a scout. It is going out on a limb and knowing that some people will reject you. Being friendly is demonstrated in many ways, depending on the situation in which a new person is met. Being friendly to someone new in school struggling to find their class might require escorting them there. If they are seen sitting alone at lunch, it may just mean asking them to join you. If someone were laughing at their strange accent, a scout might step in and deflect the abuse. So a scout law for this month is friendly. This month's leader not is the Unit Leader Award, and here again is Angie.
This month's Adult Award is the Unit Leader Award of Merit. Quality unit leadership is the key to a quality unit program, and it leads to better scout retention. Statistics show that if young people stay engaged in the program for at least 5 years, the BSA's influence likely will stay with them for the rest of their lives. A quality scouting experience will help keep scouts in the program, and the Boy Scouts of America created this award to recognize the quality unit leaders who make it happen. So the requirements for this knot are to be a currently registered Cub Master, Scout Master, coach, advisor, or skipper who have served in that position at least 18 continuous months. They meet the training requirements for that registered position, meaning they are completely position trained. They distribute a printed or electronic annual unit program plan and a calendar to each family in the unit. They have a leader succession plan in place. They effectively use the advancement method, so at least 60% of the unit's youth have advanced at least once during the last 12 months. They cultivate a positive relationship with the chartered organization, and they project a positive image of scouting in the community. If you have a Cub Master or Scout Master or advisor you would like to nominate for this award, you can fill out the nomination form and turn it into the office at Lockport.
Thank you, Angie. Let's try again. All right. So our Scouts BSA Award and Cub Scout Award is the World's Conservation Award. This program has the Scouts thinking globally and act locally to preserve and improve the environment. It is designed to make youth members aware that all nations are closely related through natural resources and that we and our world environment are interdependent. For the Scouts BSA, members can earn this award by completing the following merit badges: the environmental science or sustainability, soil and water conservation, or fish and wildlife management, and citizenship in the world. They must also participate in a conservation project as part of an approved scouting program for at least 3 hours that addresses a conservation need common to more than one country. For more information, you can always look the requirements up on my.scouting.org and look up Scouts BSA World Conservation Award. One thing I want you to keep in mind, the difference between the two patches is that the Cub Scout World Conservation Award is the one that has the yellow background and the purple border and the purple fleur-de-lis, where the Scouts BSA Award is the tan background with the tan border and the purple fleur-de-lis. So when your Scouts finally earn these awards, you know which one to shop for. And next up, we have Melissa with our membership minute.
Hey everyone, Melissa Rubik, Vice President of Membership. I'm going to put my name and my email in the chat. If you ever have anything membership related that you would like help with, feel free to reach out. In the info minute, they also mentioned that we have flyers available, and we still have lots of flyers available that can be fully customized and made for your specific event or just generic for your unit. I'm going to paste, there's 2 links here, one for venturing and one for Scouts BSA. So you can customize those. You just fill out what text you'd like and how many copies you want. We ask that you give about a week for us to turn around and print them for you, but they're totally free and customizable. So we've reached December and it's time to reflect on membership for 2021 and how it should work for 2022. A great idea is to have an annual membership plan for your unit. Whether you create it now or follow the school year and create it in May, here are some things to consider. First, total membership. What are your goals for the total size of your unit? You may want to think in terms of number of scouts per patrol and total number of patrols. Ensuring depth at each age range will help the unit continue to thrive year after year. Second, recruiting. Of course, we never turn away an interested family, but what are your goals for active recruiting? Will you hold or participate in any events for the spring or fall? Other town-wide or school-based events that you can use for recruiting? Do you have a budget to offer handouts or free flyers, events or prizes for new scouts, like a rocket day where potential scouts get a rocket kit? Third, retention. Is your unit retaining members year to year? Is there any plan to determine why scouts or leaders leave? Are you ensuring that new members are welcomed properly and that they are continuing to meet the needs of current members? Are you actively checking the health of your membership? Being made aware of when families stop coming and following up with scouts that have stopped earning awards or achievements are great ways to determine that health. Surprisingly, the advancement reports can actually be a good indicator of scouts that will stay with the program and those that are on their way out. Work with your troop committee to see how they want to answer all of those questions. Then write up and start following your plan. Refine it on an annual basis, and don't forget to reach out to your membership committee if we can be of any assistance.
Thank you, Melissa. And again, if you have any questions, she is a wonderful resource to have. Moving right along. We have our safety minute. So our safety minute for this month is when to cancel an event due to weather. Considering the fact that we are now coming closer to some inclement weather, we did need to make sure that we are well aware of when is go time and when is it time to cancel. Some key basic principles can help everyone prepare and a few to consider. Know the weather forecast before your trip. Prepare for the types of weather hazards associated with your destination. Double check the weather conditions immediately upon arrival to verify the forecast. Weather can be integral to becoming lost or injured. If visibility becomes limited, respond quickly to gather the scouts in your care. Inquire about the location of any designated emergency shelters in the area. The BSA's online weather hazards training available on my.scouting.org is a great resource to have, and you should be able to take that training and should be renewed every 2 years. So always have that in your back pocket, and it's not a bad idea that your scouts have that as well. Next up for our general topic is how to respond to bullying. And here's Angie again.
This month's general topic is a challenging one, but it is a very important one. And this is responding to bullying. So bullying is when someone uses their power and position to frighten, embarrass, harass, or threaten another person, and can be verbal, social, physical, group, criminal, or cyberbullying. So as scouters, we sometimes wait to intervene in order to allow a scout to advocate for themselves, or allow the youth leaders or peers to step up and stop the bullying. And maybe we hesitate to step in to avoid embarrassing or making matters worse for the scout being bullied. And sometimes we fail to act because we just aren't sure how to or what to do. But in order to make scouting a place of safety and comfort for all, it's important that we respond no matter what, and don't leave it up for the kids to figure out themselves. Excuse me. The person being bullied needs the help from an adult, and the person doing the bullying probably does too. When adults respond quickly and consistently to bullying behavior, they send the message that it is not acceptable. Research shows that this can stop bullying behavior over time. So what do you do to help? Well, first of all, you intervene immediately. Don't ignore it. Don't assume the youth, including the unit's youth leaders, can work it out without adult help. They need an adult involved when there's bullying present. Separate the youth involved and make sure everyone is safe. Stay calm and model respectful behavior. Remember, they're watching. They're going to respond how we respond. Reassure the youth involved, including the bystanders, that everything is going to be okay and that the adults are there to help. If members of the unit's youth leadership team intervene, remember that an adult scouter must monitor and guide, well, 2 adult scouters must monitor and guide their leadership techniques and ensure that the BSA policies are followed. So yes, the youth can help, but there need to be adults present. Get the facts. Keep all the involved youth separate. Get the story from several sources, both youth and adults if possible. Listen, this is important. Listen without blaming anyone. Just listen. Listen to all the stories. Don't call the act bullying while you're trying to understand what happened, and don't force other youth to say publicly what they saw or question the youth involved in front of the other youth. We don't want to make them feel shamed or embarrassed or worried about retaliation. Don't make the youth involved apologize or patch up relationships on the spot. Saying you're sorry when you don't mean it doesn't mean a thing. Support the youth involved. Support first the youth who are bullied. Listen to them closely and assure them it's not their fault and you want to help. Give advice about how the youth might react if bullying occurs again, and work together to resolve the situation and protect them. Also, make sure you address the bullying behavior. Make sure you're supporting the youth that is exhibiting the bullying behavior. Make sure the child knows what the problem behavior is and why it's wrong and harms others. Calmly tell them that bullying will not be tolerated. Model respectful behavior when addressing the problem. Work with them to understand some of the reasons they bullied and involve them in making amends or repairing the situation. The next important part is to be persistent, because bullying is a behavior that repeats or has the potential to be repeated. It takes consistent effort and observation to make sure that it stops. You also need to create a culture. Make it clear through words and actions that bullying has no place in your unit. Discuss ethical dilemmas involving bullying situations during unit meetings or outings so that the Scouts understand how to recognize them. And there are sometimes some examples in the Scout Life magazine that you can read, and the Scouts can discuss them, so that the Scouts can grow in empathy and learn why and how to be an upstander and develop the skills and courage to take action. Setting the tone and expectations for your unit in this way can prevent bullying from happening. Also make sure that you document the incident at the unit level. Documenting an incident and how it was handled can be helpful, especially if anything escalates later on. Notify the parents of youth who are involved as appropriate. Unit leaders should also make sure that they understand when an incident meets BSA and/or state law requirements for filing an immediate report with their council. So sometimes bullying is more than just bullying. Bullying can be something much more serious. And you may be asking yourself, how do I know when it crosses that line? And you can know. There's a spiffy handout on BSA's website. And it lists out the areas when you report to council. When do things cross the line and should you report them to your council? Any threat or use of a weapon, any behavior associated with race, religion, sexual identity or orientation or disability, any report to authorities, BSA mandatory report of child abuse policy applies. So in YPT, when we learned about the things that cross the line, those things all need to go to council. Any abuse of a child that meets or exceeds state reporting mandates for bullying or harassment, and any concern or threat of suicide. These are all things that you need to call our Scout executive, our council executive, and let him know what's going on.
Thank you again, Angie. All right, our breakout session is on citizenship. And you wonder, what kind of citizenship? Well, let's find out.
Hello, and welcome to Scouts BSA Roundtable. As American citizens, we are guaranteed certain rights and freedoms. These rights come with responsibilities, things like voting and serving on juries. Fulfilling these responsibilities is part of being a good citizen in our community and in our country. The vision statement for the Boy Scouts of America is to prepare every eligible youth in America to become a responsible, participating citizen and leader who is guided by the Scout Oath and law. We also pledge in the Scout Oath to do our duty to God and our country. In the Scout Handbook, we teach duty to country is to help the United States to be a strong and fair nation by learning about our system of government and our responsibilities as a citizen. So, learning to be good citizens is a central part of the Scouting program. In fact, a 2005 study entitled Values of Americans, a Study of Ethics and Character, conducted by the Boy Scouts of America Youth and Family Research Center, shows that individuals who were in Scouting as youth for 5 or more years are 16% more likely than non-Scouts to say things like staying up to date on current events are an important part of good citizenship. We know Scouting builds good citizens, but how do we do it? The ideals of good citizenship are woven into the fabric of the Scouts BSA program. First, there is an entire chapter in the Scouting Handbook dedicated to teaching Scouts the very basics of our country's birth and organization, our rights and responsibilities, the American flag, and our role in community, state, nation, and the world. But beyond this, we build citizenship into each rank as well. We start with understanding the Pledge of Allegiance at Scout rank and progress towards understanding our constitutional rights and obligations at first class rank. Our capstone of learning is the set of Eagle required citizenship merit badges, where Scouts dive deep into learning about local government, current events, diversity, founding principles, civics, and international law. All along their Scouting journey, citizenship is also put into practice through community service projects. We teach our Scouts to identify problems in their community and work to find positive solutions. We also teach the concept of community problem solving through the concept of obedience in the Scout law. In the Scout Handbook, we explain how Scouts obey the laws of their communities and countries. If a Scout thinks these rules and laws are unfair, then change is sought in an orderly way. We teach Scouts how our government and laws work and empower them to problem solve as responsible citizens. Citizenship skills are also taught by practicing democracy through troop elections and servant leadership. Scouts work together to elect their leaders from amongst themselves to support their troops' needs. When Scouts participate themselves in democracy, they learn how to become future confident and participating citizens in their community. When a troop is not Scout-led, we deny our youth opportunities to practice good citizenship. There are other situations where we should be careful when facilitating our Scouts' learning about citizenship. The BSA has a long-standing history of nonpartisanship. The rules and regulations of the Boy Scouts of America states that the Boy Scouts of America must not, through its governing body or through any of its officers, chartered councils, scouters, or members, involve scouting in political matters. However, this must not be interpreted to prevent the teaching of ideals of patriotism and good citizenship as required to fulfill the Boy Scouts of America's purpose. As volunteers of the Boy Scouts of America, we must also promise to abide by the Scouter Code of Conduct, which also says we will respect and abide by the rules and regulations of the Boy Scouts of America, BSA policies, and BSA-provided training. These policies were not meant to limit the freedom of thought or action of a Scouter as an individual. They are, however, meant to prevent any one person from using the Boy Scouts of America to convey support of any particular candidate or ideology. We are charged with teaching our Scouts how to become responsible citizens, but should be wary of putting ourselves in a situation that would imply the BSA favors a candidate or party. For example, imagine yourself as a merit badge counselor for citizenship in the nation. You, along with your second adult registered leader, are counseling a small group of Scouts on Requirement 8. This requirement has the Scouts identifying their 2 senators and member of Congress and writing them a letter about a national issue. In this situation, as a representative of the BSA, it would not be okay for you to teach a particular political point of view or disparage the representatives for having a political view different from your own. Here's another example. Imagine you're a Scoutmaster and a parent in your troop is running for election in your hometown. They have asked your Scouts to be involved by placing political signs and passing out flyers. In this situation, your troop's participation would also imply political partisanship, and you, as the Scoutmaster, should respectfully decline. Other situations to avoid include wearing campaign gear or carrying political signs while in uniform, activity shirt, or wearing BSA branding, allowing photos of candidates or Scouts in uniform, activity shirt, or wearing BSA branding to be used in political campaign material, and using our position of authority as an adult volunteer to imply to the Scouts we are serving they should or should not endorse a particular candidate or ideology. Like leadership, citizenship is a major cornerstone of the Scouting program. Our country needs engaged youth to become informed, participating adult citizens. As volunteers for the Boy Scouts of America, we have the great responsibility to promote good citizenship in all the youth we serve. Please use the rest of this breakout session time to consider the questions on screen. Thank you for all you do for Scouting.
All right, so here are the questions in case you didn't get a chance to read them. It says, why do you think we emphasize good citizenship so much in Scouting? What are some other nonpartisan activities emphasizing citizenship in which Scouts can participate? How are we personally leading by our own example of good citizenship? So this is the time where you can have a conversation and help us out. Give us some help. Give us some examples. Give us something that you do with your Scouts or you do with your troop to emphasize this good citizenship. Don't be shy. Okay, we'll start with the first question. Why do you think we emphasize good citizenship so much in Scouting? Anybody?
I think it helps the Scouts just in general learn to be a contributing member to their city, state, nation. I mean, just to be able to give back and help out. I think that's important. I'm not saying it's not taught elsewhere. Obviously, they learn things in school, but I think it's just reinforcing it.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
I think that good citizenship is wrapped all in the Scout oath and law. If you're following those, you are a good citizen. And citizenship should be part of everything that we do, and it feeds with it. So we're trying to build better leaders, trying to turn them into better citizens of tomorrow. And following the Scout oath and law will help do that. And so it helps emphasize why we do everything else that we do.
Absolutely. Any other thoughts? So go ahead, Eric.
I was just going to say that I also think it's a great way to remind us that we're a part of a community, and to be a good citizen means that you're being a part of that community and you're trying to support it.
Most definitely. And that's where we're always doing those service projects in our community, so they know that we are also participating members of our community. So speaking of those things, what other nonpartisan activities emphasizing citizenship in which our Scouts can participate? So I already gave one example, service projects.
Homecoming parades, town holiday parades. It's a good one.
Yes.
Fly the American flag.
Flying the American flag.
Serving at other events like Veterans Day celebrations, doing flag ceremonies at those events.
Mm-hmm. What do your units do to emphasize that citizenship that is nonpartisan? Besides the parades, which are great examples, a lot of towns do those, especially around the Christmas holiday food collections for the needy. Absolutely.
We also do roadside cleanup like twice a year.
Okay. We do the trail cleanup. We adopted a trail and we clean ours. It's another way of showing citizenship. Wreaths across America. Another good one. Flags on Memorial Day. Absolutely. Any other ideas, thoughts, examples? remember, we are a network here, so we need to help each other out. So where someone might be stuck, someone might have an idea that you might be able to take back to your own units. So anything helps. Well, let's move on to the next question. Volunteer at VFW. That's a good one. VFW, American Legions. Absolutely. The last question is, how are we personally leading by our own example of good citizenship? That sounds a hard one.
Well, I think one of the biggest ways, and it's probably the most obvious, I would think, is that when we're promoting these different events, instead of just having scouts sign up and doing things, making sure that we're present as well, and following, doing what we're talking about, and not just saying, hey, you guys should do this because you need service hours. We're also doing it and being involved.
The leading by example is definitely a big one. Someone put down, Bob wrote down, vote. Yes, that is our duty as citizens as well as scout leaders, showing that, emphasizing our right to vote and being that part of that good citizenship is definitely part of it. I mean, it's one of the things that we teach in the first class rank. So we need to show it, wearing that sticker saying, hey, I voted today. I'm always sad when they run out of stickers. I do. I cried one year. I'm like, where's my sticker? It's my gold star for the day.
Your good turn.
My good turn. Definitely a good turn. Let's take that good turn. Is that part of good citizenship? Teaching that good turn daily?
Guess depends what the turn is, but yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know personally, I know that there are days where I'm at the grocery store and my son starts, I'll be right back. Where are you going? I'm going to go help someone put their groceries in their trunk. I'm going to go take someone's cart back. That's definitely a way of helping with that citizenship. And, as cliche as it is, helping the old lady cross the street, but that is exactly what good citizenship is helping each other out and helping your neighbor and helping the community is definitely one of those biggest nonpartisan activities to show that citizenship.
We did
Go ahead.
last year with a couple of the bad snowfalls. We almost had I don't want to say it was a competition, but it almost got that way where scouts were going out and shoveling other people's driveways or clearing out in front of fire hydrants and stuff, so that if there was any type of emergency, there was a way to get. And so some of the older people didn't have to be out there trying to shovel 6-7 inches of snow.
Absolutely. Knowing who your neighbors are that are going to need that extra help.
And promoting little things like that you're going to be, having the troop going out and shoveling fire hydrants, putting that out there. It's a great way. It's amazing to be the unsung hero of the block, but letting your community know Troop ABC is out there for you. Troop ABC is taking care of this. It's a great way to get to get your name out there. It's a great recruiting option. Just letting people know we're here and look how good we are for the community. So it can go hand in hand with, making the community aware. All of these things make the community aware that you're there and can help with your recruiting in the end too.
Helping with a lot of other drives as well. It doesn't always have to be food. I mean,
coats and hats,
coats,
blankets,
blankets,
cat food, dog food.
Yeah. They need our help too. Just because they have fur doesn't mean that they don't get help.
And think about it also year round. A lot of charities get super booked up. We were actually the Scouting for Food. We were in a line to turn in our food at the pantry, which was fantastic. They ran out of giant bins to hold all of our food because Plainfield did so amazing with Scouting for Food. But in May, there's cobwebs and tumbleweeds going through there, and Feed My Starving Children is another one that can't get a spot in November and December, but May, anytime you want to come. So think about those things year round, not just at the holidays.
The Northern Illinois Food Bank here in Joliet is always looking for help to help look for sift through food that was donated, that is expired, and
Mhm.
baling it and packing it and things. They're always looking for help. Also doing the toothpaste drive and for those who in the homeless shelters and the soup kitchens. And we're dealing now with older scouts that they need to be out there and seeing these things. Eric, you were saying?
I was also going to bring up that a lot of our charter organizations are either churches or schools or other organizations that have a lot of missions that may be able to be something that your scouts or you can get involved in. I know that my church oftentimes collects like hats and scarves for the school that's right nearby. So just being able to support, either churches or other organizations, usually your charter organization probably has a lot of things that they could have help with. And if you're involved with them, they'll be happy with that.
Absolutely.
And putting a personal spin on it for your scouts, I think is great, that it's, supporting an organization that helps their friends, that helps their community, doing things to help their neighbors really can help them, see what kind of an impact they can make on their own community and helps them feel great about helping locally.
Yeah. Someone said that they decided to do the food collection as part of their summer of service, and the pantry was so grateful at that time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you, Monique, for that advice.
Yeah. I did find out council still has hundreds of bags still available for scouting for food. So if you would like to do scouting for food again, reach out to the council service center. They have lots and lots of bags available if you want to do it again.
No,
Mhm.
because I used my bags from last year.
Yeah.
We done sorry, not last year, 2 years ago. We were shut down. So,
Mhm.
well, hearing that there is no other things, I am going to go ahead and stop recording.